Hello and welcome to Quartzlight, your car brochure channel. Today we'll be looking at the Ford Granada Mark III. Thank you and welcome back to Quartzlight, your car brochure channel here on YouTube. If you're into cars, car brochures, it'd be nice if you consider giving us a like or a subscribe. It really helps the channel. Today we're going to look at the Ford Granada. Yeah, we've looked at these Granadas before, but this is a Mark III and a very late Mark III, and it's always nice, I think, with car brochures to look when you're the first brochure to see what trim you get and the very last ones to see what extras you get before the new model comes in. And this really was the last time the Granada name was used. Of course, the rest of Europe, there was already calling these the Ford Scorpio. UK and Ireland, it was the Ford Granada. Scorpio was more like a trim level, denoting the top of the range trim. After 94, of course, after this model, we got the sort of frog-eyed, controversial designed Ford Scorpio. In the UK, gone was that lovely Granada name. So it ran from 1985 to 1994. This brochure is from February 94, so very late. So let's look at the trim levels before the Granada was axed. So there we go. We start the page showing this estate model. Unusually, the side saying Granada and Scorpio, and kind of like that's where the confusion really lies. Rest of Europe, we're calling this the Mark I Ford Scorpio. UK, we decided to continue using that Granada name for one last time, and the Scorpio was just the trim level of the higher spec vehicles. So what models have we got at this time? So it's telling us straight away that there's four spec levels. The Executive is your base model, then the Ghia, then the Scorpio, and then we've got some estates on top of that as well. So yeah, 3 trim levels and an estate is what I'm trying to say. So the Granada and Scorpio range of 4-door, 5-door and estate provides discerning motorists with a clear choice of derivatives, specifications and engines. The range comprises Granada Executive and Ghia models in 4-door, 5-door and estate, to go with the Scorpio also in all 3 body styles. Excuse me. The responsive 2.5 turbo diesel engine is available across the range, as is the 2.9 EFI petrol unit. A 2.9 24 valve engine is available on the Ghia and Scorpio ranges. A comprehensive range of high technology safety features include steering wheel, airbags, is fitted on all models, adding improved occupant protection to the list of enhancements on these prestigious luxury cars. And before it starts showing us those trim levels, it's got this rather nice picture here of the interior of one of the models. It doesn't tell us actually which one, weirdly. But I always thought there was a pleasant place to be, actually, the Granada. I don't know. It does seem a nice place. We've got a big slab of artificial wood at the side there. And like I said, these are the later models, the last of the Granadas. We've also got some kind of like little features showing little clippets of, you know, the heater controls. There we go, that's a little bit clearer. That sort of height adjustable steering wheel, rearview mirror, and some electrics. But as this one's, I guess, got leather, it's an automatic and it's got wood, it's probably going to be that top of the range Scorpio, I'd say. So here's your base model called the Granada Executive. And you know, one of the advantages again, Granadas, it's this late on. Like I said, it's the last year we're calling these Granadas, the last year of the Mark I Scorpio. Before that bug-eyed one arrived, you got a lot of equipment on, as Ford always did, didn't they? When they came to the end of a model, they threw all sorts of equipment. So even this base model, we've got alloy wheels shown here, colour coordinated mirrors, and bumpers, etc. So they were quite high spec at this time. And of course, the other advantage, of course, the Mark II Scorpio, or what we called the first Scorpio in the UK and Ireland, had them sort of bug eyes on them, didn't they? It was a very controversial design. I always think this is a much more attractive design to what came next. I have to say, I don't hate what came next as much as a lot of people, but still, I would certainly choose this way ahead of what came next. Let's have a look at some of these standard equipment and a bit of a look at this interior of the base model. So, like I say, quite well equipped. We've got 4 or 5 door models plus 5 door estates, and we can have a 2 litre 2.9 or that 2.5 turbo diesel, anti-lock braking system. Kind of think ABS was always a thing with Granada, for a long time. This standard ABS system, really been using that for a long time. Power assisted steering, auto transmission on the 2.9 EFI. Vehicle immobiliser system, not on the diesel. Anti-theft alarm and armed warning light and interior movement sensor. Central double door locking and torch key. 6x15 alloy wheels. 4-door operation front and rear courtesy lights. Steering column adjust to rake and reach. Steering wheel airbag. Electrically operated front windows with one-shot lowering on driver's side. We've got this 2006 RDS radio cassette, and we can also option it up, so we can have things like option pack consisting of electrically operated rear windows as well, quick clear heated windscreen with heated washer jet, not diesel, electrically operated and heated door mirrors, center console and storage box with padded lid. So pretty well equipped for a base model. I don't know how many Ford models or how many times Ford has ever put alloy wheels on every model in the range, including the base model. Not sure. Interesting question, but not too long ago you couldn't even get alloy wheels on a Ghia, so advantages to getting a model late in its production cycle. We even got a little bit of wood on there as well. Interesting, this little cell phone, isn't it, with a little attachment on there. Interesting stuff. But like I say, let's move on to the next model in the range. Moving up the range to the car you aspire to have, the Ghia, although in this case it is just purely your middle of 3 models. Again with alloy wheels, a different alloy wheel though compared to the Executive's alloy wheel. I think I prefer the Executive's alloy wheel. I don't know about you, but there we go. That's the Ghia's alloy wheel, and they always had this sort of darkened treatment at the end of the line, which I quite like. Those sorts of darkened lights. I think it really does suit it. Looks a really quality car, lovely in green. Ghia badge located here. Overall, a nice looking car at the late in its life cycle. So we're still looking at it as a 4 or 5 door model plus a 5 door estate. We can have this as a 2 litre 2.9 or a 2.9 24 valve, or that 2.5 turbo diesel, ABS, power assisted steering, auto transmission on the 2.9 and 2.9 24 valves, vehicle immobiliser, not on the diesel, anti-theft, we've got integral fog lights now, central double door locking with torch key, 6x15 alloy wheels on the 2 litre EFI, 2.9 EFI and 2.5 turbo diesel models, and a 6.5x16 alloy wheel on the 24 valve. Look over there. Is this your 24 valve? Yeah, I think that says that's the 24 valve, so that would be that alloy wheel that just the 24 valve version gets. With heated washer jets, not on the diesel, headlight wipers, and with electric wash. I want the Ghia now, just have those headlight wipers, variable intermittent front wipers. There we go. Front option features available at extra cost is an automatic transmission on the 2-litre EFI. We also get a look at the interior of the Granada Ghia. Let's zoom in on that. It looks like a very pleasant place to be. Yeah, it's a bit of a sea of grey, but not too bad at all, I don't think. I do quite like, I'm kind of like zooming in randomly, but I do quite like how the wood kind of like just stops there. That was quite nice. It gives that sort of curved round look to it. Not sure of the seats. I don't think it's velour, I think it's just cloth. Head restraints, I presume this is a fold down head restraint. I think it does tell us what type of fabric that is. Telling us the interior of the Granada Ghia is trimmed in Spectrum fabric. Front passenger airbag option. Here is the interior. Overall, quite a pleasant place to be honest with you. Obviously, this is the automatic. Let's have a look at some of the text and see what we get. Okay, so we get bare walnuts, auto cruise control, multifunction quartz digital clock with ambient temperature readout, multifunction fuel computer, not diesel, lights on warning buzzer, graphic information module, 4-door operation front and rear courtesy lights, driver's adjustable lumbar support, steering column adjust for rake and reach, steering wheel airbag, electrically operated tilt or slide glass sunroof, electrically operated front and rear windows. We've got a 2006 stereo radio cassette and options of a CFC3 air conditioning. Then we get the top of the range one, the Scorpio. Do like the alloys on this one actually, I must admit. Like I said, this is just a trim level in this case. Very nice alloys with this sort of brightness around the rim of that. That does look a very nice wheel. Stud wheel on there. Nice colour coordinated door mirrors, lots of chrome. Scorpio badge or Scorpio writing where your Ghia badge would be. Colour coordinated bumpers, quite a pleasant colour this one. Sunroof. Badged as a Scorpio. This is what was always a little bit confusing with the Scorpio one. It looks like it just says Ford Scorpio as with the rest of Europe. You can just see just underneath the Scorpio badge it does still say Granada on there. Like I said, I do like these late ones with this darkened lights at the back. Let's see what equipment we get on this one. So again, we get a choice of a 4, 5-door or an estate. 2-litre, 2.9 EFI, 2.9 24 valve. We also get that 2.5 litre turbo diesel with a 5-speed manual transmission. Unusual. A lot of times they didn't like putting the turbo diesels on the top spec ones, but they do here. ABS, power assisted steering, vehicle immobiliser, anti-theft, body colour, body side cladding with bright inserts, electrically operated and heated door mirrors, tinted glass of course. Again, two different types of wheel, a 6x15 for the 2-litre, 2.9 and 2.5 turbo diesel, and a 6.5x16 alloy on the 24 valve. Quickly a heated windscreen, heated washer jets, headlight wipers, electric wash. And it just gives you, a list of what you could get. And look, you can either get it in fabric still, or you could get a leather trimmed Scorpio if you wanted. There's a look at the interior for the Scorpio. I know a lot of you out there say, oh, Ford, why do they do this like baggy looking leather? Kind of looks a little bit old fashioned now, but I don't mind it. Although people will know by now I much prefer a velour trim to a leather one. Very nicely appointed though. They do look good in leather though. Black seats look nice. It's just the practicality of it. I never enjoy sitting in a leather seat 99% of the time. So, standard features, we've got air conditioning now, cruise control, multifunction quartz digital clock, multifunction fuel computer, graphic information module and auxiliary warning lights, 4-door operation, front and rear courtesy lights, front and rear map lights, reach and rake steering column, 10 function electrically operated and heated front seats, adjustable for heat, reach, cushion tilt, seat back rake and lumbar support, burr walnut wood effect, something called the Gabrielle fabric seat trim, cut pile carpet with front floor mats, steering wheel airbag, electrically operated tilt or slide glass sunroof with louvered blind, electrically operated front and rear windows with one-shot lowering, and this time we've got a 2007 RDS stereo sound system, and it's telling us we've got 8 speakers, 6 on the estate, and a CD player. And you can see that right there, all the fancy. And of course we've got the estates, similar sort of ideas with the alloys depending on what spec levels you get. So this front one's going to be a Ghia, and we've got a Ghia badge. This looks like this is the base model. You got that little E on the saloons of the estate just to donate to the base model, E for executive. Interestingly, from that angle, you know, your Mark II Scorpio, or the first time the Scorpio arrived to the UK with them bug eyes, rear end was just the same, wasn't it? It's just you got a bit of a nicer front end on these ones, in my opinion. I know some people like the later Scorpios, they were controversial. I didn't hate them like the press hated them, but it wouldn't have been my choice, I must admit. And it gives you a little bit of an idea of what versions you can get on the estate. And then the next page is showing the Scorpio version with these nice alloy wheels. Of course, the Scorpio badge in this time instead of that E or the Ghia, as I try and tune that in, but there we go. Nice little Scorpio badge on there. All the niceties that go with that, colour coordinated rubbing strips on there, and this model you can see those headlight wipers on there too. I thought I'd just zoom back in on this one just to show you a kind of like a weird fact. Obviously we've got 5 lug nut wheel on the last of these nice Granadas. Next to it I've just put in what replaced it, the bug-eyed Scorpio, the Mark II Scorpio, what we call in Europe, what we now call the Scorpio. Look, 4. Why did they do that? That is so weird. Well, this is, you know, they look same from the back, don't they? But obviously you got them bug-eyed. But why did they go to 4? Kind of weird. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that in there. Then we get the Granada and Scorpio specifications. This is just weights, dimensions. We don't tend to really look too much at that. But at the bottom here, we do get some technical engine data, which is a bit more interesting. So that's the 4 models, the 2 litre, 2.9 EFI, 2.9 24 valve Cosworth, 2.5 turbo diesel, technical fuel and performance figures. We all like looking at a few of that, don't we? See if I can straighten that up. It's a little bit I'm not one to get these things perfectly in line, but it's nice to get it slightly straight, like so. So we've got fuel economy figures on performance at the end there. So if you get that 2.9 24 valve Cosworth, top speed 140, 0 to 60 in 8.2. Bit of a sleeper that, isn't it? I quite like that. But even the 2 litre, it's still doing 115, a little bit slower on the 0 to 60 at 11.4, 13.3 if you get the 2 litre auto. That would be one to avoid, I'm sure. Okay, technical mechanical features. As we can see, and if we go down, there's a little bit more at the end here as well. Like so. We've then got safety features. All models got everything apart from this front passenger airbag, which is optional on all models for whatever reason. Security features. Again, pretty much everything for every model there. Exterior features. Variously. Remember them 3 spec levels: Executive, Ghia and Scorpio. And of course you can pause this at any time if there's anything particular you really want to have a look at. Now there's one thing I want to show you, just kind of like notice that this at the side. This very weird one. Key accessory. Front spoiler kit with integral grille featuring 100mm fog lamps. Not to my taste, I don't know what you think about that one. More exterior features. Variously. And then we've got exterior lighting we come to. Exterior lighting tells you that base Granada doesn't have front fog lamps. And then interior features. Oops, a little bit low there. To give a bit of an idea what that is. You see that leather trim is just an option on your Scorpio. I'll pass. Interior lighting and in-car entertainment. And that brings us to the end of that specification page. Okay, so this is just your final little bit of specifications now. So first of all, looking at these interior features, which is continued from the last page. If we can get, should be able to get it a little bit clearer than that. There we go. I think that's a little bit clearer for you if you wanted to pause the screen. Further technical specifications. And seats and seat belts with 2 exits in there. And then comfort and convenience, like so. And then we just got a tiny little bit of continuation here before it ends of those interior features. Ford cellular systems kind of like dates the car more than the car itself. Okay, so your colour choices for your Mark III Granada late on. You could only get solid colours in 2 colours. You could get it in this diamond white, and you could get it in garnet red. Where's garnet red? Which is that guy. There you go, garnet red. Metallic though, there was quite a good choice for your metallics. So you've got Moondust Silver, you've got like Cayman Blue, that sort of greeny blue colour. You can also get that Levante Grey. Moving down, we can see you can get an Ash Black in your Granada. And this Nouveau Red. Moving down again, Java Blue was the Granada colour, as was Arctic Blue. And you could also get these 2 as well, this Tourmaline Green and that Chianti Red, something like that purpley colour, which I quite like. So quite a reasonable colour range for your Granada. Can you imagine if you got a Mark III Granada in that? Of course, no, it wasn't offered, but there we go, zinc yellow. But yeah, no, quite an extensive range of colours for your Granada. There you go, I'll just show you the date to show you how late it is. February 1994, this one. So there you go, that is your Mark III Ford Granada late on in 1994. And imagine what a great time it would have been to buy those last of those Granadas. Very well spec'd, and I'm sure they were giving some good deals at Ford at that time as well. Any memories of the Mark III, please do jot it in the comments. But that's all for your Ford Friday today. Please do like and subscribe. Another journey. I mean, we're continuing that story with the Nissan range of 1985 on Sat for your Saturday special. But like I said, thank you for watching. Please do take care. We'll see you very soon. Goodbye.